everybody and welcome to day 21. Today I'm doing something different than planned. I was on it was either on my group or Instagram, and somebody asked for a honeycomb one, and I thought, do you know what? That sounds really good. Well, not like the honeycomb from a beehive, not like the sweet. And I thought, do you know what? I've got the perfect book for it. So I've dragged out my Ruby Charms Insect Imaginary. So if you have this book, today I'm going to be using, you will need a Staedtler pigment liner, a compass, a rubber, a 2B pencil because it needs to be a heavy pencil, a white Arteza gel pen, and Prismacolours white, lemon yellow, canary yellow, goldenrod, sienna brown, crimson red, sepia, and black. So they're your materials to complete this look that I'm doing today. Says I can put in makeup on, doesn't it? This look I'm completing today. And you will also need a normal biro pen, a clicky top pen. So this is what we're going to be doing today. I don't want to spoil surprises, so this is what we're doing. So we're doing a drippy honey and we're doing the honeycomb. So these are my little test patches, what I did in here, because I just wanted to see how the paper would go on it. Now it would take me too long of a video to complete the whole set of that. So over on this page here, there was these three little lonely bees just sat there on their own with nothing around it, and I thought, do you know what? So this is where your compass comes in handy. So I just popped my compass on straight in the middle and did a circle, whatever I thought was big enough. So that circle that I've done around that is 15 centimeters, so 7.5 is the distance. If you can see there, 7.5 I've gone either side from the center, 7.5 centimeters. So that's how I did that. And then the trick to this, I'm going to show you on another piece of paper because there's still pencil on. So what I did on this page here, where you've all just seen, I used this section here. And I just put my paper on its side and I traced over all these, and I just went along my paper till I had a big enough area that fitted that circle in that I've drawn over here. Now I tell you to do it on a heavy pencil like a 2B, and you can see on that side there's still a lot of pencil left. So many of you will have done this at school plenty of times. I've done it loads of times, and this is why your biro pen comes in handy. And I'm going to keep this because it's still going to work. So what I did, let me just check that this isn't the pen side that I used yet. So these are ones I haven't drawn on, but I can still draw over, and all you do is go over pressing firmly on the lead drawing that you've done already. And all I did was place that over the circle, like so, like this. And I found where my circle was and I held it down, and then I just drew where I needed to draw. And that's what you get just by drawing it. It's very old school, very effective. This is the same thing I also did for cutting out shapes if I'm doing a watercolour background and I put it over the image that I don't want it being covered. But this will last absolutely ages. I mean, I'm going over the top of ones that I've done earlier on, and it is still coming out on the page. So that is how I created that at the back. And then I just free-handed this little blob at the bottom because I didn't want to do a full honeycomb. It would take you absolutely hours. So what I did then, I shrunk it down. So I scanned my page in. I can do that because I've bought the book, but obviously I will not give away any blank images. It's for my own personal use, but I've shrunk it down for the fact or the purpose of the video to a lot smaller, manageable size. and this is kind of what I did earlier. So I've left this section blank, and we're going to colour this section now and all the dripping on the video. I'm going to show you how I created that. And then I've left the wings on either side of here so I can show you how I made the wings on top. And that would be this image. It's just a lot quicker for me to do that than it is to do this. We'd be here hours and you would get bored. Believe you me, you will get bored. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come down. Now there is a lot of colours to this, but it gives it that effectiveness. Let me just get that focus a lot nicer on there. Okay, so all these pencils, we are using every one of them. Gosh, pencil abuse in there. And just put my ruler in front of them. No, it's going to roll over them. Roll straight over them. Let's see if this little bit of blue tack stops them. Yeah, that's it. No. Okay, I'm just going to stand them up. Okay, and the order is how I read them out. So what I did, I hope I'm close enough there for everybody. I think that is close enough. Ignore the white gel pen on my hand from previous parts, but I have been sat doing this all day. Well, no, I wouldn't say all day because that will put you off doing it. But it's took me a good hour to just do that, what we've got there. So what I'm doing, I'm going to start off and I'm going to do a cluster of them first, and I'm just going to get the white pen. You think, why is she doing that? You can't see it. But what it does, it gives that set off here of that bright glow in the middle, and that's what we want. So I'm going to randomly put this in different areas on each one of these, and I'm working in clusters, and I've found that this is the quickest way to do it. And I'm just putting a random spot in each of them. Then we're moving on to lemon yellow. And I'm just gonna, you can see on there from the wax bloom, hopefully, where I've put that white. So I'm just gonna put my yellow then straight down to where I put that white, and I'll be leaving that white out. There we go, and I'll do this cluster first. And I'm just going around the edges with a nice medium pressure, not too heavy, because we will be layering this up with different colours. I am using the 72 set of Prismacolours. So if you're colouring along with me, it's a 72 set. You will find all these colours in that set. I really want the big set, but they're extortionate prices, so... And it's thanks to our lovely Mary and colouring her gift, which I'll soon get sent off to Mary, that's got me more into my Prismacolours, because before they wasn't really my friend, but they have been lately. Can't see if I've done one on that one, so I'm just going to put that there. Ouch, that full on just stabbed my finger. Nasty pencil, I'm being nice to you. Okay, so then we're moving on to canary yellow. And we're just going around the whole outside of these. Hope I'm not covering too much of what I'm doing. So we're kind of going over that lemon yellow, and this is just brightening it up. But you can see the difference where it's going. I'm just trying to keep my hand so I'm not going over my camera. And you can see exactly what I'm doing. Because I absolutely I loved how real it looked. I was like, oh, I could just go and eat that. Okay, so then 3 colours are done. Then we're moving on to goldenrod. Now, we're doing the same again. We're bringing that in, and this is just our shadowing. We're just going over the top of canary yellow. We're going all around each one of them. in the same way. Now, honeycomb, I haven't done this before today. I promise you, I haven't done this before today. So I've just looked at a reference photo of what it looked like, and some pictures of honey dripping. Picked up a palette, what I thought was best, and went for it. So hopefully it will be easy for others to follow. Then we're going to drop back to our first yellow, which was lemon yellow. And we're going to blend, go over the top of all that. Not too heavy, because you don't want to burnish it out at this point. We're just blending them colours together. It's just like another layer. And I've missed some out of that little one here. Same on this one. Okay, so next up is crimson red. Now, do not go in too heavy with this because it will go too red. We just want a light layer, and this I'm going to do in shapes and waves around. These is going to give us our texture that you see in these ones. That's what's going to create that. So I'm putting random patterns in, hence why my pencils are quite sharp. I'm moving on with this one, and I could just come all the way down on this side here, and then to this side I want it to cut round that glow section there. You see? And then here I think we're going to have this coming round. Might have it cross the bright bit, so it kind of folds it into two, and then we'll have a section just here. And it's just about being just a little bit creative as to what you can do with what you've got. Because let's face it, honey can be any shape it wants. It's liquid. Sticky, liquid. So I'm not being too heavy with it. So some I like crossing it over because I like the effect it has. And then this one. We'll have some at the front of this and some at the back of it. And then we're going to go back with goldenrod, and we're going to go over the top of what we've just put down. And this can be done in the Ruby Charms book as well. I'm just going to smush it together with just how good Prismas are at smushing. But can you see how it gives it us that squishy shape? That's what we want for the honey. I don't want it perfectly blended, that you see there how I've done that. I don't want it perfectly blended that it seamlessly blends. You're just pulling that colour out. So if it gives a darker section in places, lovely. That's what we're after. If it muddies it up in sections, lovely, because that's what we're after. And all over that last colour. I just thought it would be quicker, because to sit here for over an hour, I mean that's took me over an hour on that side, so you can imagine how long it takes. Now pick up your white and go back over your white spots, just your white areas, and that just cleans off any muddy areas and revitalizes that middle section that you've got going on. Okay, and then we're going to move on to sienna brown, and all where you've done the red, we're going to go over the top with sienna brown, but not completely covering the whole of it, leaving some of it poking out at the edges. Getting fallout from Prismas, I thought that's unheard of. So here we've got some red in this corner and down here. Let me just get my brush so I'm not sitting there. It's full of glitter though, this. So we might get a bit of a glitter party going on. So in here I just want that there quite defined. And this is where you're going to start putting your characteristics into it. So here I want that section quite dark, and I also want this section quite dark. And don't forget you've still 2 more colours going on after this. So keep your pressure light. We don't want loads, don't be going in dead heavy with these layers, or else you'll have nothing left for the others. But like I say in the Ruby Charms book, it goes down beautifully. I love it on the bigger scale. It's so much, you've got more room. But like I said, I've just done it on this size for the ease of the video. I will complete the actual full size one, which will look even more effective than this. So I'm just going round with that sienna brown. We're just deepening up the crimson red that we put down. And then next up is sepia, or sepia, whichever way you pronounce it. And then we're going in at just the very edge with this one, where you've just put the sienna brown. And this is where your depth comes into it now. I mean, you can do your honey a lot lighter if you wanted to, but I really liked how it came out like this. So today I didn't get some good news. My exams that have sat, I've actually failed my main one. This is the second time I've failed it. So it's easier for me to tell people on here that have asked me in the streams and stuff, so I don't start blubbering if I'm getting people asking me in my live stream. So if I tell you on here, I'm not going to start crying as much as maybe I would if I was on live stream. So if I see you on my live stream later, you all already know. So yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment. I can resit it, I think, but at this moment in time it's just raw from the fact that I failed it again. And it's very hard to keep that morale up of, right, come on, let's go and do it again, let's go and do it again, because there's only so many chips you can take. So right now I'm just having a bit of a muggle in my head of what I want to do for the best and what's best for me and my mental health and what's best for my future and my career. Because I've put a lot of effort into my year 2 and I've put a lot of effort into the year 3. It's just not going my way at the end this year, so just got to see how it goes. But if I've told you on here, you all know then, or most of you will watch this video who follow me on my streams anyway, so you'll get it on there. And then lastly, just for a slightly deeper shadow, we've got black. And I'm not necessarily going to use the black in all the other areas that we have. I will do for sharpening up some shadows in places, but it's literally to add little characters of darker, deeper colours into the honey that we've already got. So don't use a lot of this, it's just to give it a little, you can see what I'm doing with it, I'm just literally tickling it around in places that I think, yeah, that'll look good there. If you mess that up, please don't worry about it, it's fine. It's your creation. Don't think, oh, it has to look like shells, because it really doesn't. It's your own honey. Colour it as you wish. So I'm going to do this next cluster here. So I'm going to be random again with my white dot. I might make this one a bit more squigglier. And all over here, and this one can be all at the bottom. So back to our lemon yellow. Can you see that? Lemon yellow. Where did I put it? I can't see it. I definitely did that square. I think I did it in the middle. It'll go lighter anyway where it's gone on. This one I did like a long mushy looking thing. This one was all at the bottom here. But this has been so fun to do. So fun. So I hope that you have as much fun with it as I have, because it's really brilliant. And I just thought, with it becoming winter's nearly out the way and spring's going to start coming soon, and I just thought, do you know what, we're all going to start doing insects and stuff again the minute spring comes out, so let's just get this done, and then people can do this as a background as well. So now we're using canary yellow. And I can't believe how well my camera's behaving today. Look at that for crisp clear. Canary yellow. Crisp clear. I've not seen my camera this clear in months. Mwah! You are being my friend. It's normally a naughty camera and does as it pleases. So again, I'm just going around all the edges of these, and we'll burnish, well not burnish, but we'll blend them all together once we've done the goldenrod. And you find that you get quicker the more you go along. But I must admit, the drippy part's my favourite. And I've picked up, these are really thick because I picked up my shellarty instead of that. And I didn't realise until I put it down. I thought, well, I've drew it now, so it'll have to stay. In fact, I'm going to do all of them. This can have a curvy one there. And this one can have a... So I'm going to just do that. I can't see it. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to yellow. I'll just do these ones here quick. So the wings, I have gone underneath the wings here. I go underneath them, but all I do is make sure I don't use the sepia and the black where the wings are. I keep that light. So it doesn't give a harsh line when I come to put the white gel pen on them later. So long as you're getting some kind of, I'm not going to do them because they're part of the drip. As long as you're getting some kind of shape, whether it be in the middle to the edge, anywhere, you just want a different shape in each one. Okay, goldenrod. I don't think I'll get goldenrod. There we go, goldenrod to show up then, but it did. So again, we're just building this colour up. I'm going around all the edges with that goldenrod. So I'm hoping this video won't be a tremendously long video for everyone, because once you know how to do the first one, you know how to do it all. And this is that striking that all I'm going to do is put a light beige colour through the middle of it when we've finished. See, if you want to as well, you don't have to just stick with going there. You can add some goldenrod into the middle of these as well. We'll add it into the middle of some of them. But this is what I love sometimes, just doing things that I've never done before. And it just helps challenge you to think, I can actually do it. I can do this. Like, I've never done honeycomb before, and look at me now. I'm sat here and I've done a gorgeous background with it. So here, I'm just going to pick up where it was. See, I've not took the dark line of the print in the wing either. So we'll just stick to that section. I was supposed to leave that block off so I could show you how I've done it. But if I bring that up to camera, you can see where I've missed the lines out. So it's not as harsh under the wing. Okay, I want to come back with lemon yellow. Remember we did this the first time. And then we're just going to blend them in. Don't burnish it, just blend them. Just keep your pressure light and push it all together. I mean, you could come further up your pencil if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you. I never really change where I put my pencil because I just feel comfortable there, and I just lift my pressure off where I need to, unless I'm really, really, really want it light, then I'll come right up to the end and burnish it that way. If you do hear a phone going off in the background, I do apologise, but my husband's left his phone in his bedroom at the side of the bed and it's pinging away, and he doesn't know because he's downstairs on his PlayStation. Okay, so now we're coming in with crimson red, and here we're going to go around and pick up our pattern. So I'm going to come here at the top for sure, and then I'm going to come in the middle of here. But any pattern will do. Don't be worrying if it doesn't come out any way you want it to. It can be any kind of pattern. I'm just going to leave that just on the edges. That one I want to look really like Magnum Mayhem lava-y. But I just love this book. I've not done loads of stuff in this book, and I'm definitely going to get it out now. We're getting into, once we get into spring, I think I'll pull this book out because it takes pencils amazingly well. Well, it takes Prisma amazingly well anyway. I haven't tried any other colours. I have tried neons in it, which is here. I know it's off topic. Where are we? I've used neon colours and KJ Designs paints on here, and then what pencils did I use? I think it was Arteza over the top. So it does take plenty of different mediums. So I'm going to keep that light where I'm going over that wing there. And some of these patterns you get from smushing the colours together, follow them because they give you a nice little pattern. Can you see here where this goldenrod here has give you these little different patterns? So if I work with that pattern there that goldenrod has left, and that's just from smearing your pencils together. That's why I said don't blend it so it's a complete blend line. You need to leave it so you've got these like little lines in it. And that's why I say keep your touch light when you're doing it so purely, you can use the patterns that are here and it will help tremendously. So back with goldenrod and we'll blend them out. And this is just kills a bit of the red because I don't want, because there's not bright red in honey, but I needed that red for warmth, for more of a deeper warmth than what the yellows and the oranges was giving me. I'll just tone that down with these. I'll be dreaming honeycomb tonight, you watch. We want it going by honey. It's just this one there. I'm going to pull some of that red out because it's quite heavy. Do this one, not too sure if I've done that one or not. So then we're going back to your white and really just go over your white spot again, your glowing spot. Okay, and then we're going to work with our darker colours now. So sienna brown. I'm just going all where we put that. I keep forgetting what it's called, crimson red. And just deepening just the very centres of the lines up. Where you feel you want it to look like it goes round. It's so easy. It is so easy to do. You'll be like, Shell, thanks a bunch. I love it. And I can do honeycomb. I just think it's absolutely amazing that bees and wasps make this honey. And it tastes absolutely amazing. So if you want to, you can also bring this down and start adding another layer with your browns. You can do that as well. Because honey can be quite dark and it can also be quite light. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. And I like being thrown off my list a little. And I was like, oh, I'll do honeycomb for you. I'm going to have to find out who it was. Let me see if I can find out. I'm sure it was on... Was it on Instagram? Let me have a look. It'd be easier to look on Instagram first. Just bear with me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Honestly, teenagers have no respect when you ask them to not shout and scream because I'm recording and they carry on shouting and screaming. And it drives me insane. So anyone else who has teenagers, I honestly feel for you. Because my teenager is a little disrespectful at times. So if you can hear him shouting, I do apologise. I'm not sure whether I can find where it was now. It might have even been on a group. Yeah, because it's not on Shellarty and Colouring Friends, so it may have been on a group, but it was definitely someone said, oh, you could try Honeycomb. I really thought it was on Instagram, but it mustn't have been. So I'm going all around these, in these areas. I'm going to add some to that bit there. Just going to watch that wing. I think I've covered all of them. So that's what it should start looking like before you add your last two dark colours in. So you've got sepia. Like I said, we're going to start just adding these in places. This is just going to darken it up and give it that effect that you're after. Hopefully I'm not covering it up too much that you can't see. Because it is only a little piece of paper. It's 5 by 7, I think, was the size I printed it on. Even though it's probably a lot bigger on screen than it actually is. It's so effective, this. I love it. But like I said, I didn't want it to be such a long video, and I think this has been just enough that y'all see exactly how to recreate it. I mean, probably many of you already know how to do honeycomb, and if you do, that's brilliant. But if you're a first time goer like me, or you've any pointers of me to improve how I've done my honey, please do let me know. Because like I said, this is the first time today that I've ever done honey. So I haven't done it before anywhere else. Okay, now I'm going to come in with the black. And here, like I said, I'm just going to add areas in. It doesn't have to be that it goes all around the edges, because it doesn't. Just put it where you feel like you want it to go. This is probably going to be my favourite one now. I keep changing my mind every time I do another one. I'm like, yep, that's my new favourite. Now I love that more. A little bit in that. So I've left that out where the wing is. Have I missed any more out? Don't think so. I've done this one. I get lost where I am. I'm like, have I done you? Have I not? So I think that looks good. So that's now all matching. So we're going to do our dripping area. Now you're not going to see so much as what I'm doing with the white pen, but you'll see where I'm putting it. So these part combs here, I've left the bottom areas empty because I want to look like they've dripped out the contents out of the tube. that it would be in. So I want the middle of it here to be all white, and then I want the middle of the bubble to be white here, to be white here, and then the bottom of this bubble. I know you can't see it, but when I put the yellow on you will be able to see it. And then the same in this bubble here, and then the same in here. I want that spreading out and coming down into this big bubble in the middle. This one spilling out into that one, and this one spilling out into that one. So then in with our lemon yellow, I'm going to start from the corner here and work my way around, and this is where you're going to see now where I put the white in. This is my favourite bit. I love it. Watch, I'm not going out the lines here. And slightly underneath that one. You can see where I'm leaving like white bits now. So this bit will be yellow. And I printed this off in more of a sepia colour than a black and white, just to help with the because I'm doing it honeycomb, so that's the difference between black. It just doesn't look quite as good. So if you can print it off on kind of like a sepia colour, that'd be good, or a vintage setting, it would look good. I come down into this bubble, and then I'm going to follow that round then with canary yellow, coming back over here. Just going to deepen up them middle areas and run it around the edge. And it's just all part of the building up. I mean, if you wanted to, you could just jump in and use this colour. You don't have to use the light, but I like how it transitions from the white to the lighter yellow into that darker yellow. And then the top bit again. Okay, so then in with goldenrod, starting again up here. I'm just coming around the very edges. I am going off over the top of that line of sepia there. But this is why I coloured it, printed it off in that colour. So it allows me to do that. So I'm just going all around them edges where that yellow's been. My effect here is for this to look bumpy and 3D and popping out. So I'm going to come around all the edges with this colour. Just going to sharpen it a little bit. It's just getting slight, a bit too wide. I'm finding that my M&R bullet sharpens these Prismas the best. They don't break on me. so that's good. That's a bonus. Nice little Brucey bonus. So we're forming our shapes now. Before we move any further on, I'm going to come back with the lighter yellow. And I'm going to fill them spaces up a little bit. I want this to look really bright and honey, like it's warm and it's running and it's just about to jump on your pancakes in the morning. And have it with a nice cup of coffee. That's the effect I'm going for anyway. So we get all this bright bit in first. Then we pick up crimson red. So I'm going to think about where I'm putting this, and I'm going to kind of, I want this to form our 3D shapes, so I'm going to use it in more like a method of where the creases would be, so it helps them areas stand out. It makes it look like it's popping up off the screen, or the page, not the screen. That's because I'm watching it on the page. On the screen, should I say. So I'm like, yeah, it's popping out on the screen. And this one in that corner as well. In this corner. And then we want it kind of swirling in as well. Let me just get my drippy page up so I can take like a reference. It's the first time I've done it, I don't want to get carried away and mess it up. I just want to see how I did my stuff on there. Yeah. So I'm kind of bring these down here. That travelling up to there. And the bottom of here. Bit on this side. And then under here. The dogs have got squeaky toys out again. Right, back with goldenrod. I'm going to blend that out a bit. Go over that red and push it out. Remember, like I said, we're not blending it so it's blended super smooth, because that's not what I want. Oh, see, I've tempted fate now saying that. And the beauty of these being wax-based pencils, it just, they blend like a dream. I'm not gonna lie, that's a good thing about Prismas, they do blend like a dream. I'm going to try and keep this under an hour or on an hour, hopefully. I haven't put any red in that bottom bit there. Over there. You're going to create new patterns with this bit anyway, so don't be too worried about how this bit comes out, because the more pattern you create, the better it looks, because honey is all different shades of colours when you get it in this form. So if you're not going for a realistic kind of view, then it can be any colour you like. Okay, so next up is sienna brown. In fact, yeah, sienna brown first, and then we'll go back to the white. So let's dull up some of these. And then around the top here. I'm going to add some brown in where I feel it needs the brown as well, or it needs a little bit of extra help. I'm just going to bring that down this side. I'm making it look flowy, bumpy uppy down here, because I don't know how else to pronounce it. Bumpy, flowy, uppy down here. Just everywhere you've just been with that crimson red, and then add in any areas you think you want that to go in as well. Let's just put a little bit of a curve in that one, just so it looks the same. Okay, and before we go on to our last darkest colours, we're going back with that white and just brightening up our white spots again. Also going to be doing some bits with our Posca as well, so don't worry about being too precise with your white pencil. Okay, so then we're coming in with sepia, and these are going to be the places that we take darker. Stretch them out. I want to make this look like it's coming off the page. Like you could just reach out and touch it and it'd be like stuck on your finger. I'm just going to work on each bit at a time. kind of emphasize that little lumpy bit there. Just looks stunning. It looks good enough to eat. It's making me want to go and have some sweets. I'm going to bring this dark around here and up into that what we've created here. Around there. Emphasize that area there. I like a bit of a shadow to help it look like it's coming off the surface a bit. I can't believe how good it actually looks. Add that round there. I think that's starting to look really good. I'm just going to put a darker bit on this side. And then lastly we're going to come in with our black, and I'm just going to add that in just random places. And then we've nearly finished. Just burnish some of that black out because I just don't like quite how black that is. I'm just going to take that goldenrod and push some of that black out. We'll add the red to it. I'm fixing something that just looked a little bit too heavy and black. Like, why would that be like that there? Same with that on that section there. And hopefully now this is starting to look like it's coming off the page where we want it. Tiny bit here. I'm going to give it a slight shadow of that. I actually really love it. It looks really good. There we go. So what we've got to do now, just let me do this one here just really quick. You know the process we've got now. These are just really quick, these blobs. It's exactly the same process. I'll bring some over here. Bring them red in places. Over it with the brown, sienna brown. Over it with goldenrod. And the white section. And then sepia. And a bit of black. And then places that we want. And some yellow back in the middle of that. There we go. So then let me just see if this works better. I just want to put some white flecks throughout it. So it gives it that look of kind of like that wet. And then same within here. I'm just going to get my Posca, my white Posca pen. It has gone out slightly over an hour, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm just going to put little white flecks in between here in places. Nothing, we're not doing white fleck, major overload here, just helps give it that bit of shine and it's not just flat. It just gives it that beautiful wet, just freshly made honey effect. I think that's most of them done. Lastly is the wings. So all I did with the wings was get my Arteza gel pens going. I like that one better. The size 1 normally comes out better for. It might just be a little bit too big for these wings, but we'll see. I'm just going to come down here, pick that wing up there. And let that dry off a second. Lost the pattern a little bit here. There it is. Okay, and there that's dried off. Can you see that there? So all I'm going to do is just get my little dry paintbrush and I just put a wet part of it there, and I get my dry brush and I just pull it over the rest, and it helps give that misty look, but not all the way to the end so that you lose the pattern you've just done, but enough to give the wings that translucent effect. And I've got the last wing here. I'm struggling seeing where this one is. So then just wet this section here and pull that into the wing. And if you had some stickles, you could just add a bit of stickles on. Just add a bit on this bit here. It's a bit not white enough for me. There we go. I'm just going to put on the little white eyes there. The little eyes at the front. There we go. That, everybody, is my honeycomb background. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed it, and I will see you on day 22. What I'm doing yet, I have no idea. But if you've liked what you've seen today and you're not already subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. There's a bell there that you can give a nice little ding-a-ling-a-ling to, and that will notify you when I go live. If you click all, you will get every notification of when I upload or go live on my channel. So please give me a like and give me a lovely comment, because I really appreciate the feedback, and it just gives my channel a bit of a hit. So thank you very much today. I hope you've enjoyed the honey series, because I think that has been amazing. But thank you very much everyone for watching today. Goodbye and stay safe. Bye.